Hey everybody, hello to all of you that say hello, and I am never going to answer messages unless it has to do to a particular subject, as such as the one that I just ate. The question I am going to ask again that has not been answered. I keep asking it, and I never get answered. I'm Lady Rosemary, the Moonstone Crone, and welcome to Briar Rose Cottage. And the question of the day, the repeated question of the day. What, to the separatists, to Daniel Smith and the utter crap party, what is the actual price of separation? Nobody's actually ever answered that. I've put that on on Facebook. I actually asked a couple times of the one guy before I even unfollowed him. He's not a family member, but he was a friend on Facebook that I had sideways based on my last relationship, as people are wont to do when they get people in their life. They do the sideways thing and include their people. I still haven't got an answer. I know what the real price of separation is with what's happened in the United States and the craziness that is going on down there, and the life of fear. Above the fact of, is my kid going to get shot in school, or am I going to get shot on the freeway, or all of the other things that I grew up in Gen X that were sort of the normal things about the US that we were, as I became adult and stuff that we, worry about. And I keep asking, what is going on behind the scenes that this man, that Donald Trump, is kept in there to distract everybody, because it is pure distraction politics. Somebody is pulling the strings in the background because, there were better presidents that got completely shot. JFK was like, as far as I can tell from everything I've ever seen, was like 100 times the president, and he got assassinated. But Donald Trump is still here. So what does that say? Like, I'm full of questions. Like, what does that say? And so, yes, I'm back to politics after my earlier video where I said I needed to go in a different direction. But yes, but what is the price of separation? For me, it means losing my income because I'll no longer be a Canadian citizen. But can we separate when the rest of the country has the right to tell us no? Alberta, it's illegal to secede. We can't just secede. We have to go through all this, and we have to ask people their opinions, groups of people their opinions, and then all of them, not just us, get to decide about separation. And why would you want to separate in a time when we are actually, as our Prime Minister has said, we are at war? Do you really want to become the 51st state and give that corridor to the north, to down south, because she's friends with him? There's lots of proof that Daniel Smith is licking the boots of Donald Trump as if he's some hero that is deserving of worship, and yet we've lost celebrities who have proven their worth as people, as good, decent people this last week. I'm dealing with the grief that, it doesn't go away. It just lives with you. The realization that I will always be a widow. Even if I were to get married again, I will be a widow who got married again. And my husband, my late hubby, was not a perfect man by any stretch of the imagination. He was not perfect. Oh my God. Boy had a bunch of growing up to do. He had a lot to learn about things. But he's like 100 times the man that Donald Trump is. And my late husband is dead, but Donald Trump lives. Like, what kind of cockroach, virus, bacteria, mutant combo thingy is that man? He's had health issues. Just give him flu. I'm one of those. Kirk and I were a weird couple, but I'm one of those ones. Make love, not war, peace kind of people, and I don't believe in capital punishment. But I'm living in this conundrum of having to cast off my ideals, the things that make me, in order to make my world make sense. Because I believe in the right to life, given that, you're breathing and everything, and versus capital punishment. We're not going to go to the A word. You just never know when somebody has been wrongly incarcerated and you've killed. We actually did that in Canada. We killed an innocent man. That stopped capital punishment. Dead in the water here. But how is he still president? Like, how can you still be a president when you have all these charges against you pending trial? Shouldn't we be speeding stuff up so that he goes to trial? You have a country full of snipers. Why is this man still alive? Here I am advocating the death of a person. The world is crazy and I want answers. So I'm putting answers out there. Why aren't more people talking? Fill your TikTok with knowledge. Discover what's distraction and what's not. Listen to both sides of the story, not just the one that makes sense to you. Like, I end up flipping because, oh God, especially when I watch something else and actually get truth, and then I can't watch other stuff. But what is the real price of separatism, and what is this whole separatism thing actually hiding? I think in Canada, in my corner of Canada, in Alberta, the separation is, the referendum is a distraction tactic, fueled by something else. There is a little Wizard of Oz guy behind a curtain pulling the strings, telling Danny exactly what to say to get everybody fired up and everything. I think the numbers are all wrong. I think the idea that we have U.S. and Russian AI stuff and companies pulling strings here, we need to pay attention. What is the true price of separatism? One of it is racism. I don't support racism. I stand with the rights of the people who originally walked this land. They deserved respect, because that's the best kind